Good morning, my friends. It is Friday. Woohoo! I love me a Friday, especially when I'm off. Doug is not off this Friday. He was off last Friday. So, anyway, I'm going to attempt once again to bring you along for a day in the life, full day of eating. I tried for the last 2 days and it just didn't happen. I forget why on Wednesday. And then yesterday I tried, but I had 5 kids and we were so busy and it's hot everywhere. I know that. It is hot all over the nation. We hit 100, I think, yesterday or we hit 97 with a real feel of like 105. So I was not hungry. When it's hot like this, I just don't want to eat. I had a really good breakfast. Lunch, I had a half a cup of cottage cheese and fruit that I literally choked down. I didn't even want it. And then I had a really good dinner last night, though. Sometimes the simplest dinners just make us so happy. Oh, I need to get started on tea and coffee while I'm standing here chatting with you guys. We had sloppy joes last night. Oh my gosh, so good. I made buns really quick in the morning, just some sandwich buns. We had sloppy joes. We had French fries in the air fryer. I cut up some potatoes. We had roasted zucchini, and this time I sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan over the whole tray. I probably had a quarter of a cup. Well, I know I had a quarter cup because I measured it out. So not a whole lot, but let me tell you, that Parmesan took it to the next level. We had some of my homemade sauerkraut and garden tomatoes. So it was a delicious dinner, very summery, with all the produce. So I've had really, really great eating. Quite eye-opening on the points versus calories. We'll discuss that later in the week. Quite eye-opening. What else? That's about it. So today I am working on probably some canning. Adam and I are going peach picking this morning. Doug and I were going to do it tomorrow, but Adam and I are both off today, so we're going to go get it done today, so that way I can get started on some canning, and then tomorrow I have all day, because tomorrow is kind of I always feel like when we go to church on Saturday nights, my day gets a little bit broken up. Doug has to sing solo tomorrow night, and Adam and I have to usher, so we have to leave here early, by 4. So anyway, that's my plan today, is to go peach picking, maybe start a little bit of canning. I also, first thing this morning, I think I want to get a bowl of mozzarella made, because we are having roasted tomato pizza for dinner, and it uses fresh mozzarella. So I'd like to try to get a bowl of mozzarella made first thing this morning, while Adam is still sleeping and going out for his run. Doug and I did a really, really good low impact, full body weight training HIIT program this morning. Really, really good one. I really enjoyed it. It was on our Eat Fit app with Coach Jay. So we did that. What else? Went and took care of the chickens. Oh my gosh, the meatballs are huge. 1 week and 1 day. We have 0 grass left in the area that we are keeping them, and we do rotate them. So we will be working on getting some grass back there, just so they can do it all again next summer probably, because our hope is to do this every year. I'd like to increase, but I don't want to push it. So we did all our chicken chores. This weekend, we are busting out between the grow out coop and the big girls coop and making it all one big coop for them. Last night, 4 of the little girls put themselves to bed in the big girls' coop. It's so funny. They've been going into their own coop each night, but last night 4 of them went into the big girls' coop. So we just left them there. They were fine. We integrate them all day now. So, I mean, I can pretty much say they're integrated. Not quite sure what we're going to do with these ones that are in the dining room yet. I was hoping we'd be able to integrate Laura back in and use her coop for a grow out coop, but it's not working. It's not working. We're going to try, I think, one last time over the weekend when we're here to see. But anyway, okay, I need to get this coffee moving and I need 2 hands for it. So I will be back just to bring you along, show you what I eat. Adam and I are having breakfast pizzas for breakfast. Doug's having a breakfast sandwich because it's easier to pack than a breakfast pizza. Lunch, I'm not sure because like I said, it's going to be hot today. It's going to be even hotter today than it has been. So I'm guessing a nice bowl of fruit maybe. We'll see if I'm even hungry. And then dinner, we are having the roasted tomato pizza. And we are having, and I'm just going to do sourdough crust. Oh my gosh, I fed my sourdough last night. And I thought, well, you know, Adam's going to be home. And Adam can eat like a whole 12-inch pizza by himself. So I better make a lot of sourdough, you know, feed it heavy. It's up to the top of my jar. So I might be doing a few things with sourdough today. We'll see. But I'm just going to do a sourdough crust for my pizza tonight. Keep it really easy on myself. And have the roasted tomato pizza. And also I have, you know, my favorite bag salad, the chopped kale or sweet kale, whatever it's called. I bought one of those. So we're going to have that. We're going to have the pizza. And that's going to be a nice fresh summer dinner. Okay, let me get this coffee made, get Doug's breakfast sandwich made, get his lunch made, and get him off to work so I can get my day started. Okay, sitting down to breakfast. I decided to not make the mozzarella this morning. I'm going to make that a little bit later because I just didn't want to be rushed. So this morning for breakfast, I have a breakfast pizza on an Artoria's Bakery mini lavash flatbread. I'm still trying to get all the stuff out of the freezer. That is 1 point. I have 3 points worth of mozzarella cheese. It's 1 ounce. I have an egg and a half for 0 points. And I have 26 grams of Jones's uncured Canadian bacon for 1 point. So 5 points for that, 0 points for my mango. And that's my breakfast date. He's having the exact same thing that I'm having. Is it good, Adam?
Muy bueno.
Good. He's going to be my peach picking date too. Okay, we are at Mood's Farm in Mullica Hill, and we are going to start picking. We are at field number 6, and you can see trees are loaded. So we are picking yellow Freestone peaches. They are not very ripe. So we are not probably going to be doing any peach canning this weekend because I need them to be ripe. So that will change plans dramatically, but that's okay. We can let them ripen up and do it during the week or next weekend after we're done processing. We'll figure it out. We always do. It's fantastic going with someone tall because what I've learned is most people that come to pick are moms with kids and they pick all the ones on the bottom. Well, the ones at the top are huge and gorgeous. I can't reach them, but Adam certainly can. Careful. So we are, well, we bought those. We are only 2 miles away from the Amish market. So of course we have to stop and get a smoothie because it's what we do. So we are gonna just take a quick walk around. Adam wants some meat sticks. And then we are going to get our smoothies and head home. This is my lunch today. Kiwi, pineapple, strawberry, blackberry, raspberry. All fruit, ice, and water. Nothing else. Of course, a little shot of whipped cream on top because you have to. Okay, friends, we are home. And I need to get, we stopped at ShopRite. I needed flour. I got 50 pounds of flour. I need to go put that away. That was the only thing I bought there, except a gallon of milk to make my mozzarella. You can't use certain kinds of milk to make the cheese, and the kind that we drink, you can't use. At least I don't think you can. I don't know. I have to double check, but I just bought a gallon of milk. It was easier. And I'll show you our peaches. So our goal was to pick 50 pounds of peaches. Normally what happens is we think we have 50 pounds and we have 70 pounds. Didn't happen this time. I'm a little disappointed. We picked 50 pounds. We wanted to pick 50 pounds of peaches. Sorry, blackberry seed. And we only picked 42 pounds of peaches. So I don't know. I'm going to process these and see what happens, and then maybe possibly get more. It just depends. Last night when I was going through the pantry, the downstairs pantry, we had some funky potatoes. So I cut those up last night, and I just have them curing a little bit on a tray on the table, and we're gonna plant those tonight. That's the nice thing about our zone and potatoes. You can kind of plant all the time. We like to get them in early August, so on Black Friday. That's when we, not Black Friday, Good Friday. That's when we usually plant our potatoes. We did not get a lot in this year. So every time I've found a couple potatoes with eyes, we've just been tossing them in, and so far so good. They're all coming up. So last night I really went through. So I think we are going to maybe put a few in the garden, but we want to try and experiment. We want to try growing them in a bag, and we have a bunch of feed bags from the chickens. So we're going to try growing them in a feed bag. I've seen videos. It can be done. We have nothing to lose. These were only going to go in the compost. And we're also going to try, remember that raised garden bed, that raised bed planter thing I bought for my herbs? Did not work. We tried 2 different sets of herbs and they both died in there. I bought really good compost and really good soil. I don't know if it was that, if it is that the herbs just don't like that. The ones in the garden are doing great. The ones in there did not. So we pulled everything out, and I think we're gonna throw some potatoes in there and see what happens. What do we got to lose? So we bought our peaches. Adam also bought some apple cider donuts. I may or may not have one tonight. It just depends on where I land today, point and calorie wise. We'll see, but for now, the plan is I don't want any right this second. And Adam also bought some blackberry cider. He drank all that. I did have a sip of it to taste it. Oh my gosh, it was delicious, but so sweet. Like, it took me aback. It was so sweet. Yeah, there's 36 grams of sugar per serving, and this is 2 servings. A lot of sugar. And we bought some apple cider, even though it's really not apple cider season. It'll be much better in the fall, but we love our apple cider, so Adam wanted that. And he bought some meat sticks at the Amish market. He likes their meat sticks. I don't even know what kind he bought because I wasn't standing there. And of course we bought our smoothies. So anyway, I'm only counting this as 1 point for the whipped cream on the top, not counting my blended fruit. And it came to 152 calories. Absolutely delicious. But I'm getting full. I still have a couple sips. So now I'm going to switch gears and get started on my mozzarella. My plan was to start processing some of those peaches, but they are not ripe enough yet. They're going to take a couple days. So I will probably be processing peaches throughout the week and next weekend. Is what it is. So get started on that mozz. So I'm going to get started on my mozzarella. I'm not going to do a whole tutorial on this because I've done one before, but I'll just do a quick show you. Have it? Our pound of fresh mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna wrap it really, really tight in some plastic wrap so no air gets in, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and then tonight we will slice it up and put it on our pizza for dinner. Okay. Thought I would show you how I'm preparing dinner. So the first thing I'm going to do is roast the tomatoes. I just have a bunch of tomatoes I cut up. put on parchment paper. I have 2 sheets of them. I think that'll be enough. I'm making 2 pizzas. I always make my sourdough crust pizzas in my cast irons. I'm actually going to try doing it in this Pampered Chef Stone today. I'm going to make one in there and one in my cast iron. Because Adam can eat a lot of pizza. So, like, I'm going to make him a 12-inch in the cast iron just for him. So, anyway, I sliced the tomatoes. I put them on parchment paper on my baking sheets. And I just put salt and pepper on them. And then olive oil. I just measured out my olive oil in a bowl. And then I brushed it on. You only need the slightest little bit. And then I'm going to roast these for 20 minutes at 450 degrees. And that will be like the sauce / base of our pizza. I also have some brine going because I'm making a jar of refrigerator pickles for my niece. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna clean off the counter from my cooking and I am gonna go sit my butt on the couch for a little bit. Okay, so making the base of our pizza. What I did was I took my my Pampered Chef baking stone and my cast iron skillet, put them in the oven, and preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Now, I've never done it in this before, so we'll see. So this is preheated to 400. It is super duper hot, so be careful. And now I am just going to take 1 cup of just sourdough starter, nothing else. Now, you can use any crust you want for this. I think when I put it on my website, I used the 2-ingredient dough because I figure a lot of people do use that. But I'm lazy, so this is what I use. And now I am just spreading it out. We like a thin crust, but I think I might put a little bit more. I wasn't quite sure how much I was going to need for this because, like I said, never used this pan before. And as you can see, this starts cooking pretty much immediately. I am going to use about 1/4 cup more. I like it to go up on the sides a little bit, but it doesn't have to, it'll be fine. So now I'm going to stick this back in the oven and cook it for 8 minutes. And then start on this one. I always try to leave the pot holder over the handle because more than once I have just grabbed it because I forgot that it's hot. Same thing, just gonna swoosh this around. And this one I'm gonna make a deep dish. I'm guessing Adam's gonna eat this whole thing on his own. Just because I know my kid. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I don't do a whole cup in my 12-inch. I do 3/4 of a cup in my 12-inch skillet. So I have way too much in here. I'm gonna take a little bit of that out. And I'm going to put this back in the oven for 8 minutes. Then we'll come back, top the pizza, and finish baking it. Okay, I just pulled it out of the oven after 8 minutes. I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of olive oil, drizzle it on the crust, and just give it a brush. Then I'm going to take some salt. This is just plain old Redmond's real salt, and give that a little bit of swoosh on there. And I've got some Parmesan cheese. We're going to sprinkle that on. This is 2 ounces in here. I thought I was going to need that much. Well, you know what? We're just going to use 2 ounces. I was going to use 1 ounce, but it's pretty big. area, so we'll just use 2. Because who doesn't love cheese? Just have to adjust my points a little bit on this. Okay, and now I am going to take those tomatoes that we roasted earlier and just lay them all across the cheese. Bad timing on my part. So I'm going to put the rest of these on, then I'll show you what else we do next. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the homemade mozzarella that we made earlier. I have 4 ounces here. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need. And we're just going to put it over the top. What do you think? A little bit more, Doug?
A few more.
Let's go 5 ounces. Okay, we're going to add 1 more ounce to it. How's that look?
Beautiful.
Okay, now I'm just going to toss a little bit of basil. We're going to pop this back in the oven probably for about 12 minutes. We'll just have to look and see when the cheese is starting to get melty. So isn't that pretty? Let's get it back in the oven and get the other one started. So we just got a very pleasant little surprise. Look who showed up. Michelle and Jason. They were riding their bikes and came to see the babies. And Jason could care less because he's looking at chickens. It's all good. You know, we're chicken people. It's what we do. Okay, here is our pizza. It looks delicious and it must be good because everybody's quiet. And we also have a side salad. It is the sweet kale salad that we love so much. The salad is 5 points. I have to double check on the pizza because I changed a few things around. So I'll let you know the points on that. Well, my friends, that is it for me tonight. Dinner was delicious. So just real quick recap. I ended up eating more pizza. So I ended up with having 2 servings of pizza. My calorie goal today, based on my workout this morning and based on everything, was between 1790 and 2240. I had 1249 calories, so under calories. My daily points are 21, is how many I get, and I eat 30 points. So way over points, way under calories is what it is. You know, I don't know what's going to happen these next 2 weeks with trying this. I could have huge gains. I don't know. I don't know, but it's an experiment I've been wanting to try, so we'll see what happens. Dinner was really good. That's like my new favorite pizza. It really is. And that's my favorite salad, and I'm willing to spend 5 points on it because I love it so much. I should probably not use their dressing and use my own poppy seed dressing. It would definitely cut some points, but I really don't think it's 5 whole points because I don't get like the cranberries and the pepitas. It's a crapshoot how many you get, and I didn't get a whole lot this time, so it is what it is. But I am full. I am satiated. I decided not to eat one of those delicious apple cider donuts tonight because I am full and I do not need it. So, and that would add another, I don't know how many points to my day. Actually, it's 240 calories, so I'd still be under calories if I ate it, but I am not going to because I do not need it. I am going to go back and finish my website. That's what I was working on, and call it a night. My goal is by 7:30 to have everything wrapped up, be in my jammies, and be on the couch watching Don't Forget the Lyrics with Doug. That's the plan. What do you think, hon?
Sounds good to me.
Because it is Friday. Yee-haw. So my friends, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I truly appreciate it. We have a busy weekend coming up. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to process any of these peaches this weekend because they are not ripe enough yet. So that's okay. That's going to be on the back burner. I do want to try canning mustard tomorrow. I saw a recipe. It's called Oktoberfest mustard, I think it was called. It's beer and mustard seeds, and it just looks so good, and I love a good mustard. So I'm really thinking about trying a batch tomorrow, because if it comes out really good and it's delicious, it's definitely going to go in my homemade Christmas bags. Every year I try to do bags for certain people, like it's a homemade Christmas. I do just a whole bunch of different things that I make. Usually food items, and bath items. Like I did bath salts one year, I did sugar scrub. So I just like to make like a homemade thing. And if this mustard is good, then I am definitely gonna add it to that basket. So we will see. Hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. We do need to work on the coop. Now it's gonna be like 100 degrees again tomorrow. So, but we do, I think, are we gonna bust out the coop tomorrow?
Yep. That's my plan.
Busting out the coop, which means we're going to need to empty both coops.
Yes. They need it anyway.
They need to be cleaned out anyway. It's time, but get them emptied because we don't want to crawl in there with, you know, poopy bedding in there, because we're gonna have to crawl in to cut things out, and we have to go get paint because we are out of paint, the paint that matches. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. So between being in the kitchen and helping Doug, and we have 5 o'clock mass tomorrow night. And making chicken Italiano sandwiches for dinner tomorrow night. I'm trying to figure out how to get those done. I think we're just gonna have to eat late tomorrow. It's hard. Unless I make a crock pot meal, it's hard on Saturday nights, but we'll figure it out. We always do. So my friends, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I will catch you all in my weekend vlog.